Please hit that thumbs up, that like, that subscribe button, and let's move on. Let's move on to more hatred. Since the last caller brought up, hating on people. Mike Florio. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I like Mike Florio. Yes, there's many times where I do not like him, and he is somewhat of a notorious Raider hater. Should I call him a hater? I don't know. We can debate that next week. But I'm going to say the word hater for now. Because that seems to be the go-to. Just like the word racist is the go-to for everybody whenever you say something weird or they don't like, you're racist! I guess the word is hater on the other end of the spectrum. So, if the person is black or white or whatever, you can say racist. But if they're the same color, you're a hater. So, but let's just call Mike Florio a notorious Raider hater. Okay? I do like him. He's a former lawyer, and his analysis on the NFL as a business and as a corporation is spot on. And I like the premise of his show, where he basically, for the most part, it's normally just him, and he talks pro football. Hence why I made Raider Football Talk, because I can't have guests on all the time. But he has guests and all that every once in a while, or 2 times a week. And I like the show. I really like the show. I do not like it when he goes in with personal attacks. When he goes in with business attacks or legal attacks, or he dissects contracts or this or that, he's a genius. He's a genius. Because it's a business. It's all legal. For the most part, many of us Raider video makers, we just give our opinion. And for me, lately, for a while, it was mostly personal. And I'm trying to get away from that. But who knows if I ever will. But Mike Florio was speaking about Derek Carr's contract in this clip we're about to watch. And he explains the contract. And then he calls the contract a fraud. Because the media painted it as a 3-year, $120-something million contract, and then he broke it down like nobody else could. Everything he says is correct. And then he questions why Derek Carr signed it. He questions Derek Carr's realness. Basically calls him a fake and a fraud. And he took it below the belt against Derek Carr. And I don't know why. I don't think Derek Carr deserved it. And Mike Florio should have been more of a professional that actually makes money than to take digs like he just did in this video that we're about to watch. So I'm going to play some of it, and I might skip back and forth. But let's start with him talking about the contract and what he saw from it from legal aspect.
Heard and saw Derek Carr at the top of the broadcast. He has a new contract with the Las Vegas Raiders. And as always, the initial reports are big and bold and to some degree fabricated. 3-year extension, $121.5 million, $40.5 million per year, puts him right near the top of the market, more than Dak Prescott. Well, then you look at the deal.
So there it is. He broke down what they told the media on day one. But now he's going to go into detail and break it down. And he's got some very, very valid points, guys. So let's listen to this. I probably didn't say everything correctly earlier when we were discussing Derek Carr's contract. But he's got some valid points. But he gets really upset, then he goes in on Derek Carr.
And the way that the deal is structured, it could be 1 year, $24.9 million. He was due to make $21 million anyway. So he gets a $3.9 million raise for this year. And the Raiders, if they want, can tear the thing up after this season. Now, guaranteed money that currently applies to injury only. And if he emerges from this season with some sort of serious injury and can't pass an exit physical, then the guarantees do kick in. But if he's healthy, they have until the 3rd day of the waiver period. That means the 3rd day after the Super Bowl. It's technically regarded as bad form if you have guarantees that vest tied to the start of the waiver period to actually cut the guy before they become due. That's just a way around the funding rule. That's why they tie it to that window. If it's tied to the start of the league year in March, then it's fair game to cut the guy. That's what the response would be, and the Raiders would be pissing a lot of people off if they cut Derek Carr after 1 year. But
you see what I'm saying? He knows his stuff when it comes to the NFL, the laws, and the way it works from a legal aspect, a money aspect, and I respect everything he's saying. And he makes a lot of points.
It doesn't change the fact that they could, and that the other contracts we've seen don't have that device
Meaning they could cut him
in there where it could be cut short by a team decision to cut the player. So this could be 1 year, $24.9 million. And I guarantee you, if it's just a disaster of a season for Derek Carr, if he plays like crap, if he can't figure out the offense, if Josh McDaniels, after having full access to the guy for the offseason program, training camp, preseason, regular season, decides he's not the guy, bye-bye, Derek Carr, hello, Tom Brady. I'm getting ahead.
This guy always brings up Tom Brady and Baker Mayfield, but he's making valid points that I made earlier. Like I said, the contract is a win for everybody, whether it be Derek Carr or whoever. They can all cut bait if something bad happens or whatever. Derek Carr gets more money. He has a no-trade clause, so they can't technically trade him without his approval. So, but it could happen. These are scenarios.
Ahead of myself, but bye-bye Derek Carr. Bye-bye Derek.
See? Right. So there's where he started in about Derek Carr, comparing him to Tom Brady, and he's like, the Raiders need to get rid of him. And then even almost every guest he has agrees with him. You know, because he's their boss. They almost agree with him on every point or never make faces. But this guest, Miles Simmons, an ex-NFL player, really, really does not understand what Mike Florio and why he's doing personal attacks. You could see it in this guy, the guest, Miles Simmons' face. Woo! I've never seen this on Pro Football Talk to this extent. I never have. That's why I'm presenting this video.
Bye-bye Derek Carr. Hello, Tom Brady. I'm getting ahead of myself, but bye-bye Derek Carr. Bye-bye Derek Carr, at a minimum, is potentially likely. So another example of whenever you see the tweets from Schefter or Rappaport, I'm going to lump them both in there because they're usually, one of them is in the mix at the front end of this. They regard it as an occupational hazard that they're going to be fed a line of crap and that they're going to be passing along to you, the audience, something that is not true. I would rather wait and get the truth for you, even if I am days or, in this case, only hours behind. I was surprised that the real numbers came in as quickly as they did. So
here's where he goes into Derek Carr. And I don't know what changed, but this is really uncalled for.
It's the truth on the Derek Carr deal. It could be 1 year, $24.9 million. That's a far cry from, the Dak Prescott deal, which is a firm and real $40 million a year, or the Deshaun Watson, which is a real $46 million a year, fully guaranteed for 5 years. So that's where they are with Derek Carr, and I'm not sure why he did it. Why not just go ahead and play at $21 million, keep your options open for 2023? And I don't buy this crap he wouldn't play for any other team. I mean, come on, man. I know I give him too hard of a time at times, but I don't buy the idea that he would not play football if all of a sudden the Raiders said, we don't want you anymore. I just don't think that's true.
Okay. Because in press conferences, he says he wants to be a Raider for life. He'll never play for any other team. And this year, he's either going to be playing for the Raiders or playing golf. So.
Give him too hard of a time at times, but I don't buy the idea that he would not play football if all of a sudden the Raiders said, we don't want you anymore. I just don't think that's true.
Oh, gosh, if all you have to say is Baker Mayfield for me, man, all you had to say was Derek Carr for you, and you just were going, man. That was great. I mean, I'm really buy that either.
I'm very conflicted on Derek Carr. I'm very conflicted
Why?
on Derek Carr.
Why are you very conflicted on Derek Carr? Now let's put you back on the couch.
Ooh, I love him. He calls him out. Thank you, Miles Simmons. Call him out on his own show. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Derek Carr has done nothing but proven everything to everybody. I know a couple years ago he got into it with reporters on ESPN, but my goodness, why is Derek Carr the most hated quarterback in the NFL? even probably more so than Baker Mayfield. It's insane. It's insane.
Said we don't want you anymore. I just don't think that's true.
Oh gosh, if all you have to say is Baker Mayfield for me, man, all he had to say was Derek Carr for you, and you just were going, man. That was great. I mean, I don't
I'm
really
very
buy that
conflicted
either.
on Derek Carr.
Call him out. Call him out, Miles.
Why are you very conflicted on Derek Carr? Now let's put you back on the couch.
Here we go.
No, because I think on one hand he's a big phony, but on the other hand,
Wow, with the personal attacks there. Phony. How is Derek Carr phony? All right, explain. Oh my goodness. Sorry, I gotta watch that again. I cannot believe he knew he was gonna say it. He said it. He didn't even think about saying it. He's like, yep, Derek Carr's a phony.
That was great. I mean, I don't really
That's
buy
why I'm
that.
conflicted.
on Derek Carr. I'm very conflicted on Derek Carr. But
Why
go
are
ahead.
you very conflicted on Derek Carr? Now let's put you back on the couch.
No, because I think on one hand he's a big phony, but on the other hand, I think he plays the role of the phony so well he's kind of become that guy. And when
He said that with like, he's a phony. That means that's in his core that he wanted to say it and he believes it. Oh my goodness.
phony, but on the other hand, I think he plays the role of the phony so well he's kind of become that guy. And when you become that
So
guy,
he's an actor?
it's kind of like the Tebow thing. You know, my wife would always tell me, why are you hard on Tim Tebow? I said, because there's an element of fraud there. He's selling as someone who he really is not. And that just kind of bothers me. I'm very big on being who you are, even if it pisses everyone off. I'd rather people be who they are. Life is easier when people are publicly who they are privately. And
Okay, so who is Derek Carr to you? You say you don't know him, that he's a phony and a fraud. Derek Carr's corny. Derek Carr, you know, he tries to look the part in press conferences and everything. He tries to say all the right things because he's a good guy. He's trying his best to please everybody. I ain't gonna lie, you guys don't believe me. Derek Carr does put on eyeliner, not only for games. I've seen him wear eyeliner in press conferences. But, you know, that's another story for another time. A lot of men wear eyeliner. They do. They do. Derek Carr does say things sometimes, speaking out of his butt, just like I do. I don't think he lies. I think he tries to toe the line. So I don't know how he's a fake or a phony to you. But if you cannot see Derek Carr for all the good he does for family, for people, for hospitals, for children, for everybody, and you still want to call him fake? Who fakes giving money to a hospital? Who fakes creating companies and businesses? And who fakes taking a home team discount to be a Raider for life? Who fakes that? You need to rethink your statement.
what you see with me is what you get, for better or worse.
Not you.
Usually worse.
Not you.
But,
Not you,
and she said,
Florio.
you know what? If it's all fake, so what? It's a good way for him to be. Like,
Now you're going to justify it by saying it's a good way to be fake. Boy, Florio lost it in this segment, bro. He lost it. He doubled down, said it with purpose, and now it's a good way to be fake. It's good to be fake sometimes.
kids don't think of it the way that an adult does, that there's fraud there and he's not really that guy. He's a nice guy. He does nice things. So what if he's just doing it as some sort of an act or a show, or that's the guy he wants people to think that he is? He's still doing it. So with Derek Carr, like, I feel like he's acting like the way he thinks a franchise quarterback should act. And he's not really that guy. Maybe over the course of 8 years, he's become that guy. By repetition of pretending to be that guy, he has kind of spoken it into existence, if that makes any sense whatsoever. When he's not speaking in a fake country accent, he speaks that franchise.
Wow. Now he said he had a fake country accent. Way to triple down, Mike Florio. Not only is a fake, phony, a fraud, but now he has a fake accent. I mean, he is from Bakersfield, Fresno. There is a little bit of country everywhere, Mike Florio. He probably grew up listening to country music. Him and his family are white in a town full of Spanish or Mexicans or whoever. So he stuck to his roots and continued with the country accent. Who cares? Who cares? And yes, does he try to take on the personality of a Super Bowl winning quarterback? I believe he does. He wants to prove everybody that, they're wrong, that he has it, that he is a star quarterback or a Super Bowl quarterback. He's insecure. Okay? It's okay to be insecure, Mike Florio. A lot of us are. A lot of us are. And sometimes we make up for those insecurities by becoming characters of ourselves a little bit. Right now, I'm a little bit of a character of who I truly am, talking with my loud voice of Mikey Raider. So you're saying Derek Carr's a character, but that he's fake. This is not fake me. This is just not me all the time. So when Derek Carr goes to a press conference or is put the spotlight on, he probably does bring out something that's a little bit different than his normal self. And he wants to exude the Mamba mentality. He wants to exude that he's a franchise Super Bowl winning quarterback. So he tries to, what do they say? Fake it till you make it. But it doesn't make him a fake, phony human being. John Gruden is more fake than a Derek Carr. A Joe Biden is more fake than a Derek Carr. And now with the fake country accent, my God, look at the co-host.
Over the course of 8 years, he's become that guy. By repetition of pretending to be that guy, he has kind of spoken it into existence, if that makes any sense whatsoever. When he's not speaking in a fake country accent, he speaks that franchise quarterback role into existence. That's where I am with Derek Carr. So I like how he comes off.
Manifest destiny. Manifest destiny. You ever heard of it? Manifest it. Talk like it, act like it, believe it, and you will become.
I just think sometimes he's full of crap.
Ooh. Quadruple down. He's full of crap.
Yes, I mean, I think most quarterbacks are sometimes full of crap when they talk. I tend to agree with you on I don't want to play for any team but the Raiders, and if I wasn't playing for the Raiders, I would go play golf, right?
My point is this. They've structured the contract to give themselves the flexibility. That's what surprises me, that they can do it. Not that they will, but that they can. And these other contracts given to high-end quarterbacks are locked in for the first 2 years. Derek Carr is not locked in for the first 2 years.
See, now he's giving facts again. Thank goodness. Stick to the facts. You're good at it.
And that is surprising because even the teams that refuse to fully guarantee money beyond the first year of a veteran contract will do it for a quarterback. The Packers don't guarantee beyond the first year of a veteran quarterback contract or a veteran contract. They'll do it for Aaron Rodgers. They won't do it for anybody else.
You're not good at personal attacks. They should never be in your repertoire, brother. All right, I think he said something weird at the end, just a quadruple down. So let's see if he does.
I do believe him when he said that he's only wanted to play for the Raiders, that playing for the Raiders is the realization of a lifelong dream for him, right? I believe that. I think it means something to him that he is a Raider and that he has played for the franchise and that he's set all these records and, these beaten Ken Stabler and all these different numbers and things like that. But I mean, I don't know. I think it's an interesting thing. It's a good thing for the Raiders, but you're still not going to convince some of these people who are Raider fans that Derek Carr is good. And that's just the way it is. But for other people, it's like Derek Carr can do no wrong. It's not his fault.
I will admit that Derek Carr says publicly, I don't care about the stats. I don't care about the records. I just want to be a Raider or I just want to win the game. I do believe that. But honestly, sometimes in almost every press conference or at least every big press conference, Derek Carr always brings up whether I have all the stats for the Raiders or I'm the greatest quarterback statistically for the Raiders. Like, he brings it up when it doesn't need to be brought up. It's like he's throwing out his accomplishment. He does do that. Oh, I don't need all the Pro Bowls or all the awards. He does say that a lot in almost every big press conference he does. Just to remind everybody, because they hate on him so much, he feels the need to remind them, hey, I've went to Pro Bowls. I've got named, almost an MVP. I've won all the statistical categories for the Raiders. Possibly the greatest quarterback. Blah, 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 blah. Like, Derek Carr does feel the need to post his accomplishments or his career to the haters. And that's what sucks about him being insecure and needing to do that. I mean, but, if you guys want to delve more into Derek Carr personally, I don't think, football talk, like with Mike Florio, is the right way to do it until it becomes a problem. But, everybody knows I went in on Gruden personally. But I basically talked about the way he was in press conferences and all that. Mike Florio straight out called him a fake or a fraud. I don't think I've ever said that about Gruden. I know I said I hate him or I dislike him, but I don't think I publicly ever called him fake. I probably said he acted fake at times, but yeah, it's interesting. Bold statement from Mike Florio, y'all. Bold statement from Mike Florio, y'all. All right, we're coming back with the mock draft and the Raiders draft needs. Stick around. Mr. Took Your Souls online. How you doing? Hefe KC's online. Appreciate it. Appreciate it.
What's up, lady?
Man, I was in that shit, man. I never had no dope like that before in my life, man. That's the heaviest shit I ever smoked, man. I mean, I smoked a lot of shit before, man. But goddamn, man, that's heavy shit.
What can I say? Raider Nation hooks you up.
I can't breathe.
Relax, we'll win some games.
I can't breathe, man.
Look, the Raiders will make the playoffs, I promise. Oh, man, speaking of that, check it out. I bought some magic pills, right? They help the Raiders win.
Okay.
Here, take it.
I smoked no shit like that before.
That's why I bought some magic pills to help the Raiders win. Here.
What is that, man?
It's a magic pill, man. Take it. Oh, hey, wait. Don't take those, man. Those are for the Broncos.